Welcome back, friends. This is Fraser from Art Studio. In this tutorial, we learn how to create hair in Maya using the sweep mesh. So there are a couple of things you need to do, and then the process will be very streamlined. First of all, you need to create a curve like this. You can use Bezier curve or you can use a CV curve, whichever one you're comfortable with. I've used the Bezier curve on here to get the handling. When you're drawing the curve, before that you have to make the scalp or the mesh live, okay, so that you can create it on it, starting from it. And once you have done creating the curve, turn off the make live button, and then you can just edit it, its direction and flow. Okay. Once you got the curve done, then you just need to select the curve and go to create and click on sweep mesh. Okay. As you create sweep mesh, you will get this. Okay. Something like this, an irregular shape pipe, okay, based on the curve. So now from here, my settings, I have selected rectangle. You decrease the scale value. Okay. So decrease this so that you can see what's happening over there. Then you can go and increase the precision value. Okay. That will give you more subdivisions. Okay. So you get something like this. Once you've got that, there are certain settings which I have maintained. Okay. So basically I created a preset for this. So I'll just click on this and I'll go for preset. And I have named this as stylized hair 01. So I'll replace this. And as soon as I do that, I will get my sweep mesh, which I have created for the stylized hair with all the settings updated over here. Okay. So if you want, you can take a snapshot for this with the width and height kept it as same. The corner radius I've turned to 0.9. Basically, that is giving you the edge over here. Okay. Then the corner segments too. So there are two segments over here. So it will make it hard, but not that hard. Okay. And I've chosen rectangle over here, okay, instead of poly. So that keeps the poly count lower. Depth I've kept over here to 1, corner depth. You can increase and decrease that. Okay. So I'll hide this and show you the current shape mesh, which I just created now. Okay. This is my current shape mesh. As you can see, the corner depth is 1. So if I reduce this, that will make this harder. Okay. If that is what you're looking for, that's fine. But if you want, you can keep it to 0.9 to make it like get it more stylized look. And if you want to turn it to 1, then it will give you a more smoother look. Okay, so that's the next scale profile depends on your scale and sizing you want to keep. So increase the scale, it will become thicker. Okay, and rotation, I haven't done anything. Twist, I have added some twist to it. As you can see, it's not flowing straight, slightly twisting, right? Very slightly twisting. So twist is 0.2. As you can see, it's tapering. It's broad over here and it's tapering down the tip of the hair. So 0.07 is the setting for now. And I have maintained a curve over here, okay, taper curve, where it's not like broad to narrow completely. It's slightly narrow towards the base and then becomes broad in the middle and then it's narrow down. So you can see the values over here in the graph. You can take a snapshot for this. I did this also using these values. So if the value is lower, it will be influenced even more. So now the hair root of the hair is becoming very narrow, and then in the middle it's broad, and then again tapering at the end. So you can shift the position as well, where you want the thick part to be, and the value will give you like how much variation you want. So the value 1 means you won't get any variation, the graph will be straight. And if you keep the value somewhere close to 0.6, 0.7, you'll get some kind of variation. Even lesser will give you more variation. So for stylized hair, normally we have something like this. So that's the basic settings over here, and the precision over here is 98. So it's I try to maintain an optimum subdivision count where I'm getting the details. I mean, getting the hard edges as well as the smooth curve. At the same time, not making it too high poly with the help of these corner segments value. Okay. So if I increase this, this will increase the poly count, which is not required. Now, since you've already created a basic curve, you can simply, for example, let's say for the front locks, for the bands, this is the one, right? You can see if I move this, this mesh goes along with that. So I can just duplicate it. And once I got the curve, I can duplicate it. I can just position it. I can just scale it if I want. Okay. And let's say more or less happy with this. Okay. I can simply, with the curve selected, new curve, which I've duplicated from the original one. I have also done another thing to fasten the pipeline. That is the sweep mesh button I've created on the shelf. Okay. Simply you can go to any tool or any command you want to create. Go over there, over on that. So for example, sweep mesh. So over on sweep mesh and control and shift with the left button. Once you do that, click on it. I'll just show you once more. Control, shift, left button. You see shortcut icon, shortcut for that is created on the shelf. Okay. And if you want to delete it, just click on the right button and then delete. Okay, delete. So now I already have it on the shelf, so I don't have to go to create and then again click twice and then get the sweep mesh. I can simply come over here with the curve selected, click on it. But initially it will give me something like this based on its default settings. Okay, whatever it is, the default it will give me. But since I have created the preset over here, I can click on the preset option and select my preset stylized hair 01 and replace it. As soon as I replace it, it will update with the same settings, same values. As you can see over here, all are same. So it will give me a continuity of the stylized hair. So if by this process, I can create uh, all the hairs, fill them up very fast. And then if I want to do further editing, I can do them related to its position, shape, and size using the curve. Flow or the shape, if you want to change it, it's better you use the control vertex. Okay, instead of using the manipulator, use the control vertex. You have the hull, you have the control vertex. Use that to get the variation in the shape. Okay, or like this kind of flow if you want to change. Okay, and if you want to change the overall look, then it's better you go and uh, go to the settings on the sweep mesh with the mesh selected and make the changes over here and just update the preset so that you get another preset for the new variation on the mesh. Okay. So variation on the basic shape and position, do it with the curve. Okay. And if you want to do a variation on the shape, which is not required on the same kind of stylized hair, because you have to continue the same style throughout. But in case you want to change the style, you can always create an updated preset the change in the style. For example, if you want to create something like this, a plane instead of the poly, you can just hit the button over here, arc, and you get something like this with the plane instead of the solid polygon, right? Once you got that, click on that and create a new preset for that. Just name it how you want. Let's say plain hair 01. Okay, and just save that. So the next time, let's say you want to create a similar plane hair, just copy duplicate one of the curves, okay, and see what position you want to keep it. Let's say I'm happy with this, and simply from the shelf, I'll select this sweep mesh, and I'll go to the preset button, and I'll go for plain hair replace. So that will give me a plain hair uh, with the same settings as the plain hair. So that will help you to reduce the poly count based on if you want to make a game model. That will help with the plain hair. So that's all. To sum it up, basically, first you need to create a curve, basic shape with the mesh selected as live. And then when you get that, we turn the live off, get this curve in the proper position and shape. Once you've done that, hit sweep mesh with the curve selected, do the settings of the sweep mesh, save a preset with that once you're happy with the basic look of it, and then keep on duplicating the curve and hitting the sweep mesh button with the preset you selected and update the mesh. And for further edit, you can use the curve and you can use the sweep mesh itself. So friends, hope you have learned something from it, and it's a very basic tutorial. I'm not covering the entire hair and the flow of the hair and creating this thing. It's a very long process. I will show you that in another tutorial where you can create various kinds of hairstyles, okay, using the same method. So if you want to create something like a short hair with bangs in front, you can use this method. Or else if you want to create some other hair, you can also use ZBrush for that. ZBrush also has the various options for creating hair, depending on the style of the hair you want to create. So thank you, friends. I hope you've learned something from it. And if you have, please give a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching. Bye. Take care.